Here's something very interesting. I've always had this crazy ass relationship with the N word. I don't think I've said it in like the past like 10 years, but when I was in third or fourth grade, there was these videos called Sick Animation, and I've probably said it once or twice in my lifetime when I was like 8 or 9 years old. But it always confused me why this word can't ever be said, but then it's spammed in every single rap song and spammed in every single Twitch stream and spammed in every single YouTube video as the punchline to every joke, as the chorus to every song, over and over and over and over again. But then nobody else can say it. Like, I'll be real, man. If the word is really that bad, I just feel like nobody should say it. Am I crazy? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. No, I don't care, right? But what is crazy is, and I'm going to be 100%, the amount of streamers who aren't black who say that shit in Austin, Texas offline is insane. So I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in a progressive bubble, but the amount of white people and Mexican people who be saying that shit to me offline is insane. Like, I'm just being real. But to be honest, I just feel like nobody should say it if it really that crazy of a word. But there's a lot of streamers who are also like making content out of their first time saying the N-word. Like, it's this whole huge ordeal. Like, Cinefarm saying the N-word nonstop. And I think it's cringe, personally. I think Sin is great. I just think that type of content's cringe. I also think relationship baiting is cringe, but that's just me. But people's content is for other people. It's not for me. Just like how I mean, Kai recognizably is the number one streamer on earth, but you know, his content's made for kids, so I don't like that either. So just because I don't get it doesn't mean that it's not good. But yeah, let's talk about the usage of the N-word, guys. The world doesn't care about the N-word.
Recently, really fun time there. I was in Oshu and I went to Saitama, then I went to Kyoto, then I went to Sekigahara. Great time. Had a fun time. Had a lot of fun, cool, interesting.
Yo, chat, leave a comment. Do you say the N-word? And then what race are you? Let me know.
Food out there. Met a variety of people. I saw a Japanese man from Osaka and he had dreads. And he said, "Oh, you like hip hop?" And I said, "I do enjoy hip hop, yes." And he began to rap to me in English, mind you. And it was really good. I enjoyed every lyrical vernacular flow that he had. I enjoyed the verbiose of his entire cadence. It was outstanding. Every word he spoke to me reverberated into my soul, a soliloquy that I could not even fathom.
Yes, I say it. I'm white. I say it every day, but it's okay. I have the pass. I'm racist. Oh, okay.
But throughout the entirety of it, he said one word that I didn't really know how to feel about. Reason being is because in America, this word is viewed as taboo to everybody that isn't of African descent. He said N-I-double-G-A. Continually kept saying it over and over again.
Okay, so can people say the soft A? Like, can people say guh? And that's pretty much it? Try it? Oh, no, I got no reason to say the word, man. Listen. Yeah, I've seen my homies get fucking their ass clapped for saying that word, man. Yeah, I'm scared. Now, if Kai Cenat asks me to say it, I'll say it 100%. You know, if I get permission, if NMP tells me to say it, sure, I'll go for it. You just let me know. Hey, I'll get in there, bro. AI Tectone would say it, also super true.
And I asked him, I said, "Yo, why do you say the N-word?" He said, "Oh, it's good. It's comrades, me and you, friends, N-I-G-G-A." He said it. He just kept saying the word. And I said, okay, cool. A few years back.
Just call him a chink back. You know, we're all friends. The Asians can call you that word. You can call them that word. We just abolish every single racial slur. Just get it out, you know? Just let everybody call everybody everything. Then you're all safe.
I went to Australia. As I went to Australia.
No way.
There was a man who was at a bar. I love going to bars, love hanging out there. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I just love going to bars because that's the only place an adult can actually go and be a person. So I go to the bar. And the guy approaches me, and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance." He says, "So, what's it like being a..." And then he called me
No, wait, no, that's crazy, though. I feel like that's crazy. Like, I feel if you're rapping and you say it, it's like whatever. Once again, guys, keep in mind, contextually, I am 22% black. Right? Let's make sure that we all have that there. I also grew up in the hood, and I was raised by African Americans. Even still, I don't say it, but I don't get upset if someone says it. I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Asking what's it like being an N-word, I feel like that's insane.
N-word. N-I-double-G-A. Not with the E-R. Not gamer with a hard R. just regular. And I said, pretty good, actually. I like it. I began calloused over the time of hearing the word from foreigners. Because this may surprise you as a black person or even as a person who's liberal and white.
Yeah. It's about the libs, ain't it? Is it really just the libs? Like, straight up, be honest. Is it just the libs who get pressed? And is the tolerant left? Yeah, it is. Oh, it's just libs? Oh, okay, gotcha.
The world doesn't care about the N-word. And this is going to come as a shock to so many people. The world doesn't care. The world will see the word and they'll say, okay, just a word. You guys use it as comrade and buddy. They don't care about the history behind it. And I know a lot of people are going to comment at this point and say something psychotic saying, but the history of the I grasp it. I know. I know that. Hear me out. Who was the first emperor of Japan? Do you know that? Better question. Who is Oda Nobunaga?
He's like a samurai or some shit. Yeah, I played as him in Dynasty Warriors, I'm pretty sure.
Answer that question. Who is Ieyasu Tokugawa?
Yep.
Answer that question. Who is Cao Cao? Who is Mao Zedong? Answer me those questions. Who is Ripley Savinsky? Tell me who Ripley Savinsky is. If you can't answer all those questions, then you don't know every bit of world history.
True.
And everybody on the planet mostly doesn't know the world history.
True.
Most people don't know the first monarchs, the first pharaohs. They can't name them all. They can name Tutankhamun and Cleopatra, the two most common ones they can pretty much name. You can't even name all the gods in a certain pantheon realistically.
I know all that.
Because you think it's mythology instead of religion. So a lot of people think that. There's a lot of things people just don't know. And that's real. That's realistic. That's fair. That's just how people operate. That's how I've operated. I don't go around learning who Izanagi and Izanami are. I learned that because
I'm pretty sure those are like the main characters of Blue Lock, right?
Watched anime, and I needed to know where these words came from. And I learned about the progenitor gods of Japan. I learned about the story of Sun Wukong. I learned about that. I learned about Hivelstein. I learned about Shimbengap. I learned about these things because I wanted to learn world history. That's why I wanted to learn. But I did that of my own volition. American schools didn't teach me that. As a matter of fact, American schools didn't teach me the history of the N-word.
Yo, the American school system didn't teach me shit, man. Like, the only thing I'm good at is math. That's it. Watch this. I'm going to take 2 and then multiply it by 2 a bunch of times. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 16,384. 65,000, I forget. Okay, anyways.
They never taught me that because it wasn't in any history books. I learned that through social and societal things. And I know what a lot of people are going to say at this point now, probably. You have the internet. Use it. Yeah. Do you? Do you use the internet?
I fancy myself an internet user.
The headline, actually. Do you do that?
No.
Because you don't. As a matter of fact, a lot of you probably just read the title of most things, comment based off the title, and don't consume any of the content in the video. Yep. How do I know this?
True.
90% of my audience does that. That's
same.
90% that's just
It's
fair.
so bad.
That's just 90%.
It's so bad.
And if you're some of the people that don't do it, good.
Yep.
I'm not talking about you.
Yep.
You don't have to feel offended by it. But if you are some of the people that do it, I don't care either. It's your life. It's your life. I'm just living in it. Do what you want. I'm a worthless YouTuber. I'm some random. You don't gotta dedicate time and energy and space to actually caring about being in.
I really like this guy. I'm going to subscribe to him right now. I'm going to like his video, and I'm going to link this on every single one of my fucking social media platforms. I really like the vibes this guy gives. This guy does not give a fuck at all. I really fuck with this dude's energy. Great fucking video so far.
Formed. I don't care. It's your life. I'm just living in it. Whatever. But the rest of the world also is not going to go and learn the dwelling intricacies of the entire history of American slavery because they don't care. They're confused why the word is offensive in the first place if everybody keeps saying it.
Yep.
They don't care.
Straight up, bro. If the word is so offensive, why is it the hook to every rap song? Why is it said as the punchline to every joke on every black streamer stream? If the word is that offensive, why do you say it 100? Guys, go to a Kai Cenat stream and tell me how many times he says it per stream. Better yet, go to a Pokimane stream and tell me how many times she said it. Yo, editor, put that in.
Cause only lame niggas say that shit. Oh my god. Was it worth it?
Sing it! Swear to God, sing it! Sing it!
They don't. The rest of the world, Germany, Australia, Easter Islands, they don't care. And they never will. China won't. People in Japan constantly call me it. They also call me Chris Rock. It's very xenophobic there. Not gonna lie. Very beautiful place, amazing country, great food. Overall, horrifically xenophobic. But that's just the world. That's just Japan. Work culture is horrible. They don't date outside of the Japanese people for the most part unless they're feeling
I see you with Jackie Chan.
The experience of
Good
a black person
movie,
or
very
somebody that's a
cool.
foreigner. That's really how it operates. Same with China too. Same deal over there. I've traveled.
But I'm gonna go over to Japan and call them all Narutos. If they call me some crazy ass shit like, oh, Donald Trump. Okay, thanks Naruto. Thanks Naruto and Sasuke.
A lot, sadly. Not happily either. This is all sad travels. I did this of not my own volition. That's the reality of the world. And a lot of people are going to tell me all the time. They always tell me this. Well, they can learn. They can learn. But will they care?
Nope.
You gotta ask yourself that question. Will they genuinely care?
No.
Imagine, if you will, for one moment, that a American...
Hey, I'll be real. I really just don't give a fuck about, like, the history of the word at all. I just don't say it because I don't feel like beating somebody up. Because then if I say it and somebody fights me and then I beat him up, then, oh, there we go. White man beats up black guy. That's not going to look good, right? That's not going to look good because then I'm never going to beat the racist allegations. It's like, fuck. And based on the case with Carmelo Anthony, there are some people who think that saying the N-word isn't as bad. Hold up. I got to brace myself for this. There are people who think that saying the N-word is worse than killing people. There are people who think that saying a word is worse than physically assaulting someone. I am not one of those people. Yeah, I think physical assault is much worse than saying a word. No, I don't think saying the word is justification for you to whoop someone's ass. I think that it pretty much goes to, hey, man, you shouldn't say that. Fuck you. That's pretty much it. Like, I don't know. Like, am I crazy here? Like, oh, this guy called me a name. I'm gonna rip off his legs now, and it's totally justified. Are we cavemen? The fuck is this shit? This shit's barbaric, bro. It's a name. It's a really mean name to call someone, but to justify violence for calling someone that, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, you got to understand, like, people be calling me crazy ass shit every day. Straight up, they're calling me like career-ending things every day, and I just say, hey, man, you're stupid. I'm not like, I'm going to go to your house and kill you because you called me this, right? Because, like, that's just a little bit, well, that's not a good thing to do. You know, that's not a good thing to do.
Caucasian person said, I do not like when you call me...
You're white, you don't matter? Oh, never mind.
the word cracker, right? They don't like it. They don't like being called saltine Americans, mayo sapiens.
I got called a mayo monkey the other day. There was like a really big Twitter post.
They don't like being called cum crick.
And did I go and kill that guy? No, not really. I just said, oh, that's not cool. Anyways.
They do not enjoy being called vanilla gorillas. They hate it. They hate being...
I would love being called the vanilla gorilla. Like, that would be like my MMA fighter name. The vanilla gorilla. I also like being called the white devil. I got called that as a racial slur by an Asian at, I think it was TwitchCon. I was running the Hoyoverse booth. But white devil and the vanilla gorilla, I mean, it just sounds awesome, bro.
Being called children of the chalk. Useless.
But yeah, chat. You may call me the father of the chalk. You may call me the vanilla gorilla. You may call me the white devil. I'm giving you guys the pass. To all of my black brothers in chat, you may call me the vanilla gorilla. I like it. If you see me at a con, hey, what up, vanilla gorilla? Hey, what's up, you white devil? You know, I like that shit personally. It doesn't bother me. I think it's funny because here's the thing. If you take away the power of those words, then they lose all meaning and then they're just funny. It's really that easy.
Crayon. They hate it so deeply. Every time you call them one of these phrases, every time you call them something of that variety, they hate it. Acetaminophen agents, they hate it. Oh my goodness. Goose goblin? Oh my god.
You may also call me a goose goblin.
Ghost? Michael Jackson? They hate it.
That's a great saying. There are no bad words, only bad intentions. Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
They really hate it. But you just keep doing it. Do you respect them, or do you say, nope, because you oppressed my people for so long? Now, you could use that. You could say that and make them feel guilty for something they weren't a part of, but something they benefit from. You could do that, 100%. Or you could just chill out for like 20 seconds and realize that this individual doesn't like the words. You could stop saying it's that individual. You could just chill out. Most people are deeply disrespectful to people they have no idea about.
True.
They have empathy for people going through tragedy.
True.
Because they've been through tragedy. But people they don't know, more often than not, they won't know about.
Yep.
And the most of the world, majority of it, isn't constantly thinking about the struggles of black people, isn't constantly thinking they can't say the N-word. Because in Australia, there's no social justice rallying there. There's
Dude,
no
Australians
real
are cold
white
as
guilt in
fuck. They're
Australia.
funny as
not
shit.
American. In Germany, not really.
Like, I fucking love Australian. They're probably my favorite flavor of white people. You know? They're all criminals. Did you know that's, so Australia, there's a little bit of lore for you guys. It used to be a prison continent. And what they did was all the bad people, they would drop off in Australia, like Battle Royale. But then the criminals colonized Australia, and now it is what it is today. That's why Australians don't give a fuck. Because it really is the prison island, bro. It's like a Hunter x Hunter arc.
A lot of white guilt. Russia, there's nothing but white pride. I'll tell you that right now. Japan, it doesn't exist. They don't feel bad for saying the word. You're not gonna guilt trip them into saying. They're not gonna do that. That's not realistic. What I'm discovering is that a lot of Americans are so self-centered that they think that their mindset should extend to the entire world. No.
I am so offended. Everybody needs to feel bad for me right now, and if they don't, they're racist. Yeah, I don't know about that one, man.
It does not. The rest of the world doesn't care about the N-word. The rest of the world still doesn't care about gay people. The rest of the world still doesn't care about trans people.
True.
But you have to care about yourself. That's important. The world doesn't care about you, so it's your duty to care about yourself.
Yep.
You're trying to convince the world of your existence. You're trying to convince the world that something is offensive, but you have to convince yourself to be here first. You probably don't know what I mean by that, and I refuse to explain that right now because my leg hurts. I got into a car crash. It's hard to stand right now. I apologize. It is very important to actively acknowledge the rest of the world and realize that you are a small factor in the entire grasping of it. You're a small piece of this, dude. You're a little tiny speckle in the grand scheme of things, and that's okay. And in America, you can protest with people that should know the history. You can argue with people that you don't want to say the word. You can tell them all over and over again, don't say the word, it's offensive. You can do that all year. It's within your rights. You have freedom of speech. But the instant you go to a place like Canada, the instant you go to Germany, the instant you go to Thailand, the instant you go to Italy, the instant you go to France, the instant you travel the world, and you hear someone say it, and you think to yourself, why are they saying that? Rap is the most explosive and probably one of the most popular forms of music on the planet.
And they popularized the word by saying it non-fucking stop.
Bunch of other cultures listen to rap music. That's just realistic. And they hear that word and they think it's cool because it sounds really cool. It
does sound very cool. It is a cool word.
They hear a black person say my N-I-G-G-A and they think to themselves, okay, cool. Okay, I can call that my friends. This must be a word for comrade.
Yep.
No idea. No idea. And the rest of the world does not care about the N-word. The rest of the world will not care about the N-word. The rest of the world
my
will not care about
comrade.
you. And that's okay. Because you can't convince the world of your existence. You can't convince the world that it's offensive. You can't even convince yourself to get up out of bed every morning, dude. What's wrong with you? I need you to acknowledge the rest of the world right now.
Bro, I'll be real. Spamming the N-word is like the biggest crutch for rappers ever. Right? Like, if you're a white man and you broke into the scene without using the N-word a single time, like, you're so much better than everybody else. You just are. Because it just rhymes with everything. and it has like 3 different forms you can use to make it rhyme. That's why Eminem bodied the entire rap scene. Some white dude rolling in, not using the easy mode bumpers for making a good rap song, and crushes everybody's nuts. Straight up. And here's the best thing. Rappers use it so much, they use the word, then rhyme it with the same word. They say N-word, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, N-word. And it's like, all right, dude, come on.
Because they don't acknowledge you. I need you to think about that for a moment and sit with that. Now then, that's the end of the video. If you guys want to follow my Patreon, which offers absolutely nothing, it's in the description below.
Hey, same as mine. My Patreon also offers absolutely nothing. It's awesome.
Also, if you guys want to help me out with my GoFundMe, and my GoFundMe, I'm currently trying to get a car again because I got into a car crash. I got into 2 hit and runs back to back in the same time frame. It sucked. Hate every second of it.
And I bet you it was racially motivated. Yo, boys, go help him get a new car. Here's the video link. I think it was a great, insightful video. Am I going to say the N-word now? No, not really. But I thought it was at least interesting to listen to.